Hi, I'm Farhan Taghizadeh with New Mexico Facial Plastics. A question that we're often asked is how long does it take for one to recover from a facelift? I'd like to discuss 5 variables that go into the recovery process and try to explain why there's so much variability and how long it can take somebody to recover from a facelift. The first factor that we have often seen that impacts the recovery time of a facelift is the relative health of the individual going into the facelift. For example, individuals with chronic illnesses or patients who take blood thinners on a regular basis can oftentimes expect longer recovery times. It's very important for you to give a transparent health history to the physician so that they can help you determine whether those variables will impact the length of time it takes for you to recover from a facelift. The second factor that we have often seen in terms of how long it takes someone to recover from a facelift is a type of procedure that the physician is going to be performing. Some facelifts are more invasive than others, and usually the more invasive types of facelifts can yield longer recovery times. Therefore, we believe that you should ask your physician the type of facelift that you're having, because that factor can often determine how long it's going to take for you to recover. The third variable that impacts the recovery time of a facelift, in my experience, is the technology that's being used with the facelift. There are many new technologies on the market that I have found that can significantly accelerate the recovery time for a facelift. Some of these technologies can be employed during the facelift, and others can be employed afterwards to help accelerate wound healing. It's very important for you to understand when you're having your facelift consultation as to whether the physician will employ some of the new technologies to help you heal faster. Physicians oftentimes give lots of instructions for patients to try to accelerate recovery times. What I have experienced in my practice is that patients who are compliant with those instructions tend to have shorter recovery times. It's very important during your facelift consultation to get instructions and be able to understand whether you can comply with those instructions, because that compliance can oftentimes impact the recovery time that you're going to experience. Finally, the most important variable that I have seen in terms of the facelift recovery process is the relative experience of the physician in doing facelifts and the number of procedures that they have done. Like anything that's technical in medicine, a physician that's done a higher volume of procedures is oftentimes going to be more efficient in their movements during the surgery. These efficiencies and focus during the procedure from having more experience can oftentimes impact the length of time it's going to take for you to recover. To that end, it's very important to ask your physician how many facelifts they've done and what their experience has been with recovery. In summary, there are 5 variables that we have often seen that impact the recovery process in a facelift. The first is the health history going into it. The second is the type of procedure that you're having. The third is the technology that's being employed both during and after the procedure. The fourth is compliance with instructions. And number 5, and most important, is the relative experience and the number of facelifts that that physician has done. Good luck with your facelift consultation. Thank you so much.